Hey guys, today's performer workout, we're going to use a circle as a prop. If you don't have one, you can always use a little mini Pilates ball, or you could do the workout without it. Just find out what works for you. So we're going to lay down on our backs. Make sure your headrest is all the way down. We're going to start with some bridging. Foot bar all the way up in the top notch, and then I have a red and a blue spring on. If you want it a little bit more of a challenge, just go to a single red spring. If you wanted more support for the back and hamstrings, then go to a red, white, and blue. But a red and a blue is pretty good. So let's lay down on our backs. We're going to put the circle in between our inner thighs. Heels on the foot bar. Scoot down a little bit away from the shoulder rest so you're not squished. Arms long by your side. You're going to take an inhale and exhale. Tuck the pelvis under. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, articulating up through the spine. Hold to the top. Keep the ribs pulled in and down, and then slowly articulate down. We're going to do a few more here, just warming up that spine. Rounding up. Hold. Squeeze those glutes at the top, and then articulate slowly. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Relax pelvis at the bottom. Tuck under. Use the lower abs to initiate the motion. You want to keep the carriage as still as possible, so keep it in towards that stopper. Exhale as you roll. Make sure you're lifting through the glutes and not through the back. Let's do two more here. Slowly roll down. Last one, you're gonna roll up and hold it at the top. Make sure the ribs are pulled down, abs are tight, pelvis is tucked under, and just squeeze and release that circle. They're small squeezes, engaging the inner thighs, the glutes. Go slow. 5, the hips aren't dropping, they're staying lifted. You have 5 more squeezes. Hold that squeeze slightly. Keep a flat back. You're going to go down an inch and up an inch. It's very small. Focus on squeezing those glutes and tucking the pelvis. The harder you squeeze the circle, the more your inner thighs engage. So if it's too intense, then just don't squeeze as hard. Two more little lifts with that pelvis. Last one, hold at the top and squeeze that circle for 10, 9, 8, squeeze 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, upper back, middle back, lower back. We're not done. Exhale, come all the way back up, tuck the pelvis under, roll on up. Squeeze that circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that squeeze, keep a flat back. You're gonna go halfway down to the bottom and all the way up. You wanna make it slow and controlled and intentionally feel the glutes squeeze at the top. 5 more. Last one, hold it up there, hold that squeeze, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvis, roll all the way up again. Hold it, squeeze that circle for 10. Squeeze, release 9, you should be feeling the inner thighs. 8, 7, squeeze 6, abs tight. 3, 2, hold it, you're gonna go all the way down with the flat back. Tap it and lift up. Or just go to a hover. You don't have to tap your butt. Just go to as low as you can. But we're making it more of a full range motion. Lower and lift. Now you should be feeling the inner thighs and glutes. We have 3 more like this. And 2. Last one, you're gonna hold it at the top. You're gonna press out as far as you can. If you can't go all the way because of the circle, that's fine. And pull it in. So it might only go 2/3 of the way, may only go a few inches. You're gonna press it out slightly and then pull it in. Dig through the heels to pull that carrot back in. We have 5 more. 4. Last 3. For 2. Last one, pull it all the way to the stopper and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take the circle out, bring the knees into your chest, do a little rock side to side, give the back a little breather, the inner thighs. Now we're gonna take your feet through the circle and you're gonna put the squishies or the foam pads on the outside of the knees. So now getting a little bit deeper into the outer glutes. Feet hip distance apart, arms long by your side. Tuck the pelvis under, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Hold it at the top. You're gonna try to press out on that circle. So it might not be, or it's not a very big press out because the circle doesn't give as much as the band, but it still fires up those glutes. So press out and resist. 5, for 4, 3, 2, hold that outward push, and then go an inch down and an inch up. Squeeze the glutes. Make it slow and controlled. Hold at the top and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up all the way to the top. Press that circle open for 10. 9. So you definitely should feel more outer glutes than inner thighs this time. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Keep pressing that circle open. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Keep it flat back. Go halfway down and all the way up. So it's the same pattern as the circle in between the thighs. Halfway, lift up, squeeze those glutes. We have 2 more here. Last one, hold it at the top, hold it, and then roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, exhale, tuck under, roll back up. Press that circle open for 10, 9, 8, abs tight. Feel those outer glutes. Hold it, flat back, all the way down, all the way up. Keep tension in that circle like you're pressing out against it. Keep squeezing the glutes and tucking the pelvis at the top. Last 2. Last one, hold it up. This one, press the carriage all the way up, straightening those legs. Pull it in slow, slow, all the way into the stopper. Press it back, the hips might drop slightly, and then pull it in. As you pull it in, try to press those knees open against that band, or up against the circle. All the way out. Make sure you pull that carriage in slow, so you're really using the hamstrings and glutes to pull in. We have 3 more here. Press out 2. This last one we're going to press out and only come in halfway. So pull it in halfway in and hold it. Now just do little tiny pelvic tilts. Just squeeze those glutes. Keep pressing out on that circle. We have 10, 9, squeeze 8, 7, 6. We have 3, squeeze 2. Hold it, press that band open. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, float all the way in and roll on down. Woo, that was a nice little warm up for those glutes. We're gonna roll on up, keep your circle. I'm gonna put a single white spring on. If you find this to be too light, too easy, then you can always go to a blue. I'm gonna grab my handle with my left hand, so if I'm facing forward, it's that left hand handle. My feet are gonna go up against the shoulder rest, so I'm kneeling. You can always do this sitting back on your heels if it's a little uncomfortable. I'm gonna put one end of the circle into the reformer strap, so it's kind of a nice little hook for it. So come up kneeling. You want to make sure your knees and your torso are facing forward to start. You're gonna rotate towards that left side. So again, my torso and hips are still facing forward, bending those elbows. We're just gonna keep the elbows bent first and just rotate the spine forward to the foot bar. Slowly rotate to the left, and then exhale, use those obliques and abs to go forward. So because it's on a weight spring, it is lighter, but I want you to really focus on squeezing those abs and not using those arms to help the initiate motion. But again, if you want heavier, go to a single blue spring. So exhale to twist. Pull those abs in. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Let's do 5 more here, and then we're gonna add on. One more. You're gonna start back in that same position. Now as you rotate, you're gonna press those arms straight out in front of you, bend it in and then rotate back. So again, keep the hips forward, you're just rotating the torso, press it out, bend in and rotate back. You should be feeling those obliques as well as that left shoulder a little bit more than the right, because that's the one that has the tension. Make sure you're going slow so you feel each movement and you feel the muscles that you should be working. So it's the abs, obliques, left shoulder. Let's do 5 more. 4. 2 and 1. I'm gonna have you just take a circle out and just hold it down by your right side, or you can just put it off to the side. You're gonna keep that strap in your left hand, palm facing towards the foot bar. Slight bend in the elbows. It's not locked and it's not fully bent, so just a slight bend, little offering. So bring it up, shoulder height, and then down. If being up on your knees is too much tension, you can always sit down on the back of your knees and it makes the tension a little bit less. We have 4 more here. Try to stabilize the core. We have 2 more. Last one, you're gonna hold it out here. You're just gonna bend it in and then press out. It's a little bend and straighten. You should be feeling that left shoulder a little bit. Again, if it's too hard, sit back on the heels. It'll make the tension a little bit easier. Five more. 4. We have 3. For 2. And 1. Come Come all the way in. I'm gonna sit back onto my heels for this one. We're gonna do hug a tree with single arm. So you're gonna have to stabilize with that core and bring it in front, and then back out just your peripheral. You can have slightly forward. We won't do too many. If you need to use that right hand to hold the reformer to help stabilize, that's fine. Three more. For two. And last one, relax. Drop that strap into the well, and I'm gonna turn around and grab my other strap. So grabbing that strap with the right hand, you're gonna hook that one end of the circle into the strap. My feet are up against the shoulder rest, so make sure that torso is facing forward as well as the hip joints. Rotate towards that right side, elbows are bent, and you're just gonna rotate to the foot bar. So the elbows are staying bent right now the whole time. Just focus on using those obliques to twist. So exhale as you rotate towards the foot bar. That'll help engage the abdominals and obliques. Four more here. Now we're going to add that push. So starting back at the right, you're going to rotate, then extend those arms straight out, bend it in, and then rotate back to the right. Exhale to twist and press out. You can make it all one motion, just kind of let it flow. Make sure the core is stabilizing, those hips are stabilizing. We have three more. Last one. And come on in. So take that circle, just place it down to the side. The strap is in your right hand. Keep that elbow slightly bent. Just offerings, up tall and then back down. Sit back onto the knees if you need, or you can cross the legs. If this also is too intense, you can always grab like a 2-pound dumbbell and do this same motion. Or you could grab both handles and do this as well, so it's double arm. Let's do 3 more. Last one, bring it up. You're gonna bend that elbow by your side, bend and press out. You may feel one arm stronger than the other. My left arm felt a little weaker than this right arm. Keep dropping the shoulder away from the ear. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. And bring it down. I'm going to sit back onto my heels. We're going to go into that single arm hug a tree. So bring that arm out to the right. Make sure you can see it in your peripheral vision. Bring it in front and then back out. It could be a very small motion if you need. And like I said, you can hold on to the side of the reformer. That helps you stabilize a little bit more. You have 4 more. Last one, bring it forward and release. You're gonna hang up that strap onto the hook. We're gonna bring that foot bar all the way down just so it's out of the way. We're gonna turn around. Make sure you grab that other hook first and place it on the other strap and place it on the hook. So we still have on the white spring. You're gonna grab your straps and still keep the circle. So again, I'm gonna hook each end of the circle in the little cushion areas. It's just as a guideline, but you can always change it or do whatever you want. So I have like a little, maybe a few finger distance from the back. I'm gonna place my feet through the shoulder rest. If you can't put them side by side, then you can cross the legs, or you can actually keep them bent, whichever you prefer. So you're gonna sit up tall, roll back into a C curve, your arms are straight. You're just gonna lift the circle up overhead and then back down. So lift as high as you can without flaring out the ribs. So this is working the shoulders as well as the abs, because you're isometrically keeping those abs tight and engaged. I'm gonna keep that pelvis tucked under, keep that C curve. And go slow because we are on a light spring. Trying to suck the belly button in towards that spine. Make sure the ribs don't flare out. We have 2 more. This last one, we're gonna hold at the top. Hold it there, keep the ribs pulled in, drop the shoulders away from the ears, tuck the pelvis, hold it for 10, 9, feel the shake of the abs, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down. Sit all the way up, just take a little stretch down towards the toes. And roll all the way back up. This time we're gonna create a little circular motion. So you're gonna lay back in that C-curve position. You're gonna bend the elbows in towards your chest. Press the circle up overhead. Keep the arms straight. Back to starting position. So bend it in, press it up overhead, straight arms down. It's kind of like a little choo-choo train motion of the wheels of a train. Bend it in, press it up and in. So again, isometrically working those abs and shoulders. You can always sit up a little bit taller if that feels better for your back. Three more in this direction. Last one. Now we're going to reverse directions. Keep the arms straight, bring them up overhead, bend it down, and then extend all the way out. Straight overhead, bend it in, and then release. Make sure you go slow so you don't have slack in the ropes. Four more here. Last one. And sit up tall. Take a little stretch forward if you need. And then roll up one vertebra at a time. So take the circle out of those glutes. And if you can, I'm just gonna reach back and change my spring to a single blue spring. So take off the white, put a blue on. If you find that the blue is a little too heavy, you can always change it back to the white. So I'm gonna put my feet on the outside of the shoulder rests. I'm gonna put the circle in between my inner thighs. So again, make sure you have like a hand distance behind you so when we roll back. So sit up tall, arms are straight out in front of you to start. You're gonna tuck the pelvis under, roll back into that C curve. You're gonna extend those arms out to a T, give that circle a little squeeze, and then bring those arms back to center. Bring those arms out to a T, little squeeze of the circle, release, and back to center. So we're still working the abs, squeezing the circle, gets a little bit more into those obliques. Still working the shoulders, the rear, upper back. So again, like I said, if opening the arms on this blue circle is too heavy, you can always drop back down to that single white spring. Let's do 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it open, just squeeze that circle. 10, 9, drop your shoulders away from the ears. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that squeeze, bring the arms in front of you. Little lifts up with your chest. So you can kind of, it's a very small motion, but keep an active squeeze on that circle. Little crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit on up. Here we're gonna put the circle off to the side for a second. I still have on a single blue spring. You're gonna scoot your bottom forward a little bit and you're gonna put one foot through the strap. Bring the strap all the way up to your knee and put the other foot through. So most people don't like this one because they feel like it gets into your back, but we're just gonna do each motion single leg so it will give your back a little bit more support. So one single blue spring. Lay down, make sure your bottom is close to the shoulder rest. Let's bring the right leg up into tabletop. You're gonna start at a flat back, arms behind the head. You're gonna exhale, crunch up, straight up, bring the knee towards your chest, and then back out. Exhale, lift. And now, so we're squeezing that right oblique. If you want heavier tension, then you can always go to a blue and a white spring or a red spring. I find if I go too heavy, I'm using more of my hip flexors instead of focusing on the abs. Try to get the head and chest up as high as you can. Each time you bring that knee in towards your chest. Let's do 5 more here, then we'll add on. Now we're gonna rotate towards that right knee only lift up. Then back to center. Exhale as you twist, try to get that left elbow to touch that right knee. Feel that right oblique squeeze as you bring that knee in. So go slow so you're not getting slack in the rope. We have 5 more here.
Last 2. This last one, you're gonna hold it to the right. Just pull that knee into your chest. So keep that rotation, keep the chest lifted. Just use the lower abs to pull that knee in. One more, hold it, and then twist deeper towards that right leg. 10. Just lift the chest. 9. Keep the leg still. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down. Do a little stretch back. Just watch your hair in the springs. All right, let's put that right foot down, left leg to tabletop, arms behind the head. Just normal crunches up. Bring that left knee into your chest, lifting up the shoulders as high as you can. Slow and controlled. You can always reach those arms out in front of you if you need. I just like the little neck support. Or I guess you can grab your circle and place it behind the head. That also feels better. Let's do 5 more. Focus on that left oblique. Now we're going to twist to the left. So right elbow, twist towards that left knee, hold that squeeze, and then back to center. Make sure the elbow and knee can get in to touch each other. Don't use momentum, so go slow and control. Exhale to twist. You can always grab behind that left thigh if you need a little support. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, you're gonna hold it to the left. Hold that chest lifted, just pull that knee in. Slow, 10. Focus on that left oblique, 9, and lower ab. Exhale as you pull that knee in so you get deeper in the abs. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, hold that knee still. You're just gonna twist deeper towards that left side. 2, 3, 4. Lift the chest and twist. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, my abs felt that burn. Carefully roll on up. You're gonna take the straps off. You can hook them up onto the hooks. So we're gonna go into reverse knee crunches. Since we just did a little abdominals, we're gonna work both sides, both the abs. So bring your knees up against the shoulder rest. I still have on a single blue spring. If you wanna go heavier, go to a blue and a white. So bring your hands out about halfway onto the rails. Make sure your shoulders come over the wrist. You want to light slightly forward, shoulders a little bit past the wrist. You're just going to round that spine up, pull that carriage in towards your wrist, and then back out. So you want to make sure that shoulders are over the wrist, because if you're too far back, you're going to be using more of the arms to stabilize than focusing on the abs. Exhale as you pull in. Try to hold that squeeze and hold that crunch for a second before you release. Think about pulling the belly button up to the spine. You want to keep the abs contracted the whole time. Don't let them loose, even as you go back. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, hold it all the way in here. Hold it, a little pulse. 10, make it small, even just tucking the pelvis. 9. We have 5 more, and 4. Exhale as you pull the knees in. 3, 2. Last one, hold it. 5, 4. Round up through that spine. 3, 2, and relax it back. Roll on up. I'm gonna bring my headrest up. We're gonna finish with legs in straps, but with the circle. I'm gonna put a red and a blue spring on. Bring my foot bar all the way up to the top notch, just so it's easier to press out. Grab your circle or ball, whichever you have. Lay down on your back. So grab your straps, press the carriage out, one foot in, other foot. You're gonna take that circle and put it on the inside of your shin bones or just above your ankles. Feet are gonna be parallel. Make sure that tailbone stays down the whole time. Straight legs, lower down, and lift up. If you want a heavier spring tension, you can go to a red, white, and blue, or 2 reds. Or if you want lighter, just go to a red and a white. So you only want to go as low as you can without arching the back. So you want to still engage the abs. It's not one of those ab burners, but your abs are still working. And only lift as high as you can without lifting that tailbone up. We have 4 more. That's for 3. 2. Last one, we're going to press the legs down to a 45. And then you're going to bend the knees in and then press out. So the feet and knees are parallel, so my kneecaps are just in line with the ropes. And my feet and shins are in line with my knees or slightly higher. You don't want those heels coming in towards your butt because then you're not working the back of the legs. So almost like a squat, but laying down on your back. Five more. Have 2. Last one, press it all the way out. Give the circle squeeze for 10, 9, squeeze and release 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna have you turn your toes out. You're gonna lower and lift the legs. So now we're gonna turn out. So it gets a little deeper in the inner thighs. So again, your toes are facing outward, your heels are facing towards each other. It's almost like a second position, but the circle's in between. We have 4 more. Should begin to feel your inner thighs. Last one, drop the legs down to 45. You're still in that turnout. You're gonna bend the knees in. So it's like a wide frog position and out. So it's a little bit more intense now on that circle or in the inner thighs. If it gets too intense, you can always lose that circle. Two more here. Last one, press it all the way out. Keep that turn out, squeeze that circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last thing here. I'm gonna fix my circle a little bit because it's about to fall out, so rearrange if you need. You're gonna turn your toes inward. So heels are facing out, toes are facing in. You're just gonna lower it down and up. So the range of motion might be smaller because it is a little bit more intensity in our thighs. If you don't like this feeling, then just go back to normal parallel, or you can take the circle out. We're not here for very long. We have 5 more. For 4. 3. 2. Last one. Bring the legs up, grab the circle, bring the circle off to the side. Just put the bottoms of your feet together and just do a little open butterfly stretch. Feel a stretch in those inner thighs. That was intense. You can always press your legs out to a little straddle, middle split if you need a little deeper stretch. All right, bring your legs up to the ceiling. We're just gonna finish with leg circles because this always feels good. So I'm gonna start by pressing the legs straight down towards the foot bar, circling out and around. Just let it flow. Try to feel the hip joint open, a little stretch in the inner thighs. Two more in this direction. Reverse direction with that circle. Open the legs wide. Lead with the heels all the way together before you bring it back up to the ceiling. So always remember, make sure the legs come together before you lift back up. And only lift as high as you can without lifting that tailbone. One more here. And then we're gonna go into frog. Heels apart, toes together, or heels together, toes apart, bend and press. So keep the shins in line with the knees or slightly higher. Make sure you get that full extension out, squeezing those inner thighs. You have 3 more. Last one. Bring the legs up to the ceiling. You're gonna grab the ropes and pull down on the straps so you feel a stretch in the back of the hamstrings. You're gonna bend the knees in, reach one leg out to the side, bend the other leg out. So it's almost like a little Peter Pan stretch because we did a lot of inner thighs. So bend that right knee in, out to the side, drop that bring that left knee in, bring that right leg out to the side. Make sure that left hip stays down so you don't fall off and you get a deeper stretch. I'm gonna place the bottoms of my feet together and just drop my feet in towards the well. Feel the hip open a little bit. You can do a little rock side to side. All right, I'm gonna take one foot out, put on the foot bar, other foot. Drop your straps in or hang on up. And we are all done. I hope you had a great workout, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.